Hey, welcome to Facebook Live. Tony Scott here from Smooth R&B 105.7 during the program, the Smooth Ride Home that I host in the afternoon. But we get on Facebook and talk about mostly entertainment things. We get into a little bit of the regular news, but mostly entertainment stuff. But the cool thing about this whole thing is that it's done with your comments. So you comment on whatever we're talking about. Just the only thing I ask is reference what you're talking about. So you say, I don't like him, and I've done two stories about, two guys. Which one don't you like? So it's kind of one of those kinds of things. But it's just you and I on a kind of a rainy day. It rained here in Arlington, and the temperature was, I think it's like 79 right now, which in June in North Texas is like crazy. But that's what it is. So let's get into it. I saw this over the weekend and meant to mention it yesterday, but Kirk Franklin announced over the weekend that his sister got sentenced to 30 years in prison. Now, he doesn't say what she did to get 30 years. She has struggled with drug addiction. He has blogged about that in the past. But he also questioned whether he was here enough for his sister to help her. And he got responses from Pastor John Gray. Says, dude, you did everything you could. And pretty interesting. You can read more about it on the website, krb.com. Suge Knight lost his mother on Sunday. Prayers up for him. And he wanted to come out to go to his mother's funeral, but they said that LA County Sheriff's Department says, no, you can't get out. We don't let out homicide suspects to go to funerals, not even your own mother. So, no, it's not. And, I mean, what do you guys think? Is that fair? That's the game. And you're a homicide suspect. And it's like you're in trouble for, running. Well, he did run over somebody, so that's exactly what he's being accused of. So there's that. But I don't know. It's sad. But I don't know if Suge will ever see any kind of freedom. To be quite honest with you, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Where's the time gone? Chili from TLC. Remember when her and Dallas Austin, the producer, had a son back in the day, Tron? Well, Tron just graduated from college, from Full Sail University with a degree in music. And I can link you to pictures again on the website, krb.com, of the graduation picture with him and Chili. And it's like crazy. How'd that happen? You got to remember that a lot of these singers and celebrities that had kids back in the 90s, well, their kids are grown now. They're grown-ass kids. I mean, come on. Oh, man. So there's that. Da Brat. Da Brat may lose her paychecks from the Set It Off play. Remember back in, 2007? Some altercation with a woman in a nightclub, and she hit the woman in the face with a bottle, a rum bottle. And the woman sued and won $6.4 million, and she's been trying to collect ever since. So these checks that Da Brat's been getting for Set It Off, or that she's going to get for Set It Off, she may not be getting them. So even Ticketmaster has been subpoenaed. And Ticketmaster says, wait a minute, Da Brat doesn't work for us. We don't pay her. We don't owe her anything. She don't owe us anything. We don't want to be dragged into this. And the judge has yet to rule, on that. So there's that. But that's crazy. It's taken this long for her to. She hasn't seen. I don't know if she's seen any money at all from Da Brat. I don't know. I'm not sure if she's seen dime one. And Nicki Minaj had a pretty good interview with Elle magazine. She says for the first time since she was 15, she doesn't have a boyfriend. And she says in that time, in the last 6 months, I have grown more spiritually in 6 months than I have the last 8 years. And I think it's probably because she has had time to reflect. And a lot of me time, and a lot of time to heal from failed relationships. A lot of times, people go from one relationship to right into another one, like boom, bam, and you got to give yourself time to heal. Now, how much time you're supposed to give yourself? Well, it differs from person to person, I think. You have to, decide that yourself. You have to decide and be honest with yourself. How wounded are you? Because I don't care what anybody says. Anytime you break up with somebody, you're wounded. Both parties are wounded. You are. It's just a fact of life, and to deny that is not acknowledging the truth, in my opinion. I'm just saying. This whole mess on the border in Texas has really got people upset, myself included. Even Mitch McConnell, the Republican from Kentucky, the majority leader, is announcing a bill to keep immigrant families detained at the border together. And he says, I support all of the senators of the Republican conference, support a plan that keeps families together. John Sessions, the Attorney General, his church has turned on him. Have you read about that? His church has turned on him. And it's a pretty interesting. And, because he quoted the Bible. And so did Erica Campbell from Mary Mary. She quoted Exodus, "You shall not wrong or oppress an immigrant." She quoted Leviticus, "The immigrant who resides with you shall be to you as the citizen among you." Jeremiah, "Do no wrong or violence to the immigrant." That's in the Bible. Anybody bringing that up? No. Interesting. And here's when you know that those in favor of this, how their argument has gone off the rails when they compare these camps to summer camp. And when they say these children are not immigrants' children, these are actors. The ones that are crying are actors. When they go to that argument, then they've got nothing. I mean, because they're literally pulling it out of their behind. I mean, really. And I just think that what's going on down there is very sad, and it should not happen. You know, you catch them, turn them around, send them back. I mean, with their families intact. You know? I mean, these are children who are being emotionally scarred and wounded, perhaps for the rest of their life. And we're fine with that. We are fine with that. And you call yourself a Christian. Wow, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So, but whatever you guys want to comment on, something I talked about, something I didn't talk about, anything, all things in between, it's all up to you. Diana, how are you this evening? Very good to hear from you. Michelle and Poison Ivy, Bradshaw Manning. Okay. Yvonne, it is sad about Suge Knight's mother. He can't go to his own mother's funeral. Well, you know what? He's in jail for homicide. And they don't let him out for homicide. If he were in there for tickets or, I don't know, child support or probably even, maybe even domestic violence. I don't know. But they say homicide suspects do not get out for funerals. That's the rule. That's the rule. And that's how he's classified, so it ain't going to happen. And it is sad. He won't be able to say goodbye to his mother in that fashion. But, you know, it is what it is. So, nope, Pamela, he's not going to attend the viewing. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. I remember a cousin of mine drowned, and my cousin that was locked up, they let him out to come say goodbye to his brother. He was accompanied by like 3 deputies, and he could go to the funeral home. He couldn't go to the cemetery. And I remember everybody in their cars, getting in their cars, going to the cemetery, and getting on the highway, and the prison van went right by the hearse. You know, it was like, say goodbye, dude, because this is it. That was it. And I don't remember if he was handcuffed or not. I don't remember, but it is what it is, you know. Donna says she's been to funerals where incarcerated family members attend. They come shackled with armed arms, and they self-pay for transport and security. I don't know. Donna says if he can afford it, he should be allowed to go. Well, no, he's not. I mean, he's a homicide suspect. They treat that very serious. He's accused of killing somebody. You don't get out to go to a funeral for that. I mean, I don't have a problem with him not going, because I think he's reaping what he sowed, you know, and that is true. I have heard that many times, that if you go to this, if you're incarcerated and you're allowed to go to the funeral, you have to pay for the transportation, and you have to pay the cops, and you have to pay that expense is on you. That's not on the state. I have heard that before, Donna. Yvonne says that's another thing that's about the kids. When Trump wants to blame it on the Democrats, he's got a lot of nerve, because I don't know who could be listening, but you know what? But you have to understand, Yvonne, and I've said this many times, that as much as we're screaming about everything that he's doing, there are just as many people screaming that he's doing a great job. And there are people who believe that he will get reelected. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to finish out this term, to be quite honest. You know? Antoinette says, oh my God, I've never seen you before. You're ugly as hell. Well, Antoinette, I'm sorry to let you down. No, she didn't say that. Oh, man. Donna says the encampment down on the border is the same thing Hitler did to the Jews, and he showed a bogus film of supporters and officials to simulate a friendly camp for children. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I mean, he's taking pages right out of Hitler's playbook. And of course, his supporters, some of them don't see anything wrong with that, and some of them don't believe it. You know, because he's a lot of his supporters are of the mindset that every news report about the president that's negative is fake. In other words, he has done nothing wrong. He has done nothing wrong, and they're not here for it. They don't want to hear the argument. You know. Yeah. So there's that. So yeah, the basketball player in Milwaukee he sued the police department because they tased him. And arrested. He was never charged though, right? He got tased. He apparently parked in a handicap spot outside of Walgreens, and these cops got him. And they messed with him, and the body cam footage shows that, you know, they were like making fun of the fact that this could turn into a firestorm where they'll be accused of being racist cops, and they were making fun of that. And the mayor of Milwaukee supposedly is very ticked off because he says they have not shown me all the body cam footage that I asked to see. And so he's finding stuff out by watching the news. What mayor wants to do that, right? So he's upset about that. But this NBA player, because, you know, they still stomping on his ankles, and they knew he was an NBA player, and they still did what they did. You know, there's a lot of cops out there, and I've said this over and over again. They may never have had, and they may have had, but no longer have the temperament to be a law enforcement officer. Maybe they're burnt out. I don't know. But that is so apparent. And then there are some who signed up to be cops and went through the screening process knowing that they had racist views. It's like they infiltrated, and now they have a badge and a gun, and now they can, in their eyes, legally kill African American, especially men. So yeah. And Homeda says God's getting tired of all this evil in the White House, and it's just a matter of time. I told my wife, they coming for him. They just taking the time. Yvonne says, Tony, I will say this. Something's wrong with these people that think that this man should run for president again. They crazy as hell. You know? Yeah, but here's the thing, Yvonne, that I think about all the time. You know, as far as Democrats, well, who do the Democrats have to run? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Cory Booker? One of the Castro twins? Both of them? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Suge Knight has not been to trial yet. Accused and convicted are two different things. Yes, but they say, well, if he's on trial and found innocent, he'll be let go. But while he's in custody with no bond, no bail, he is considered a homicide suspect, and under their rules and regulations, homicide suspects are not eligible to be let out for funerals, no matter who it is. So that's just how it is. He's been denied bail or bond or whatever, and you remember his girlfriend got sent to jail for doing some kind of shenanigans with a lawyer. That was, I think, was Suge's. I mean, remember that? She got caught doing something, and it's like she went to jail, and it's a bad situation, but he has not made it any better for himself by some of the stuff that he's done. And I'm trying to remember some of them in particular, but he's done a lot of things since he's been locked up that have actually gotten him in trouble. You know, I don't think Michelle, that Maxine Waters has any interest in being president. Part of the reason might be her age. She's up there. Don't get it wrong. She's still full of fire, but I don't know if she's even interested in being the president. So there's some politicians, they have no interest in being the president. Most politicians don't have any interest in being the president. That job ages you. It does things to you. You're never the same after your term is up, whether it's one term or two terms. Biden and Sanders. I don't think Biden and Sanders would work, Donna, because those guys are both in their mid 70s. They're you know, if one of them, you know, was a lot younger, okay, but they're both in their 70s, and I don't know if that would work. You know, I think people would fear that. You know, I think Michelle Cory Booker would make a great, and Omeda, enjoy your evening, would make a great candidate. Now, to be totally honest, I don't know if America is ready for another black president. Not that the first experience was bad, but a lot of people hated it so much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think Cory Booker would be a great candidate for president. I don't know if he wants to be president. Does he want to be president? Kamala Harris would be great too, but I don't know. I don't know if she wants to be president. You have to want to be president. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Biden Booker in 2020. Now that doesn't sound too bad. That does not sound too bad. You know. April says, I wish they'd hurry up and get this devil out the White House before he destroys our country. A lot of us feel that way, but like I said before, there's a lot of people who feel the exact opposite and with the same passion that you and I have, Alicia says, you know what? They're not ready for Cory Booker. Well, why aren't they ready? What is it about Cory Booker that they're not ready for? Well, what is it? Is he Obama 2.0? Is he, he doesn't have, to be a politician, you can't have any fear. Yeah, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the U.S. is not ready for Cory Booker. So by saying that, Donald, you're saying they're not ready for another black man to be president? Is that what you're saying? Because I kind of think you're right on that, if that's what you mean. I kind of think that's what President Obama needs to be back. No, that's not going to happen. President Obama, as you know, Yvonne, he cannot run again anyway. But I don't think the president would want. I don't think President Obama would want to be president again anymore. I think he's living his best life, and he did his public service, and he's going to enjoy life here on out. And I can't say that I blame him. Alicia says the problem with Cory Booker is he's simply too intelligent. No argument from me. None from me. And he's black. Yeah. Yep. And Trump, Vicky, you're exactly right. If we don't get together and do something, yeah, he's going to get reelected again. He's going to get reelected again, But these young kids, are galvanizing and getting people registered to vote. And I think with this border thing, I think a lot of Republicans are saying, you know what, you can't do this. And they're saying that not so much because it's inhumane, but because they see the writing on the wall, that if they don't side with what people are feeling, they're going to be out of a gig. They're going to get voted out. So I think that to me, I think that's the main reason why a lot of these Republicans are voicing opposition to what's going on down on the border and stuff like that. So yeah, but and basically he's using these children as pawns because he wants that wall. Because he'll stop it if they say, yeah, we'll give you your wall. If they told him in 10 minutes that he can have the wall, before we got to the 11th minute, he'd call it off and tell people not to don't take kids from their families. Donna says they're in shock that President Obama did 2 terms. Yeah. Blackophobic? Yeah. I mean, Mitch McConnell is the one who says that, it was the job of the Republicans to make sure that President Obama was a one-term president. And, well, that didn't turn out well for him, huh? they didn't much like that either. So that's, But, politics is funny because it's, like I said, I've been saying the last few days, it's not about the American people anymore. It's about inflicting pain on the party that is not in the White House. What can we do? Right now they're rolling back everything President Obama did as if that will erase his legacy. And what they don't realize, it just enriches his legacy. It's doing the complete opposite. And they don't see that. Regina says the thing is people march and fight for things when it's happening to their own, and where all the brown people at. At some point you have to fight for what you believe and move past the lies Trump and his supporters are telling and use the Constitution in their favor. Well, it's true. That's very true. But people need to make their voice heard and vote and get involved. let's see, Vicky, I don't know who we're talking about. Who is him? They did their job. They secretly wanted him to be president. I don't believe that Donald Trump believed he was going to win. And then when he won, he was like, oh, hell. I really believe that. I mean, I do. I really believe that. Because I remember seeing a photo when the results were coming in, and the look on his face was like, no. No way. No way. You know, so I think that's part of the thing there. I think we're ready for a U.S. president, but there's no way Michelle Obama's going to run for president. She's already said that. She has no desire to be the president. She has no desire for political office. She has no desire for that. You know, she doesn't want to do it. You know, any more than really, I don't think Oprah. You know, when they were like all hot and bothered, Oprah's going to run against Trump. No, she wasn't. She was never going to run against Trump. She doesn't want to be president. She can get more done through her philanthropy than she can being president. And who wants to take that kind of pay cut? I mean, really, she's got a lot more freedom. So there's that. Oh, you're talking about Obama. The Republicans can decide which ticket they want to run. Well, you know what? But that's true a lot of the times. You know, I think most Republicans, true Republicans, probably wanted Mitt Romney before they wanted Donald Trump. I don't think they ever wanted Ted Cruz. You know, I think Ted Cruz wasted people's time and took their money. and that's that, right? You know, and I think that what was I going to say? I think, oh hell, I forgot what I was going to say. It's gone. It happens. Well, Yvonne says the thing is, if you lost 2 of the casinos in Atlantic City, then you have problems with all your marriages. And what should I, you know? The thing is that with Donald Trump is, as a businessman, he has done amazing things with smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? He's done the sleight of hand thing, right? Because clearly he's taken, it appears he's taken, really, if you're being honest, at least as many L's as he has W's. You know, and he's failed in a major way several times in business. You know, his personal life is his personal life. Yes, he's failed at marriage, and yes, he's got how many children? 5 children by 3 different women or something like that. Well, you know what? Yeah, whatever. That, to me, that's the least of things. You know, and the thing is that we have to keep our eye on the ball. I mean, when you know, when he did the interview last week and he said, you know, people, Kim Jong-un, they're proud of him, and I want my people to be proud of me. You know, I want the people to stand for me. You know, it was obvious that he was trying to make a joke, but he has no sense of humor, so he can't make a joke. So, but I mean, to me, it's like, whatever. Just, you know, don't. I mean, he is amazing is not the right word. But he knows how to change the narrative. He knows how to change the angle of a story. He knows how to deflect more than probably any politician I remember seeing. You know, and he has brought out the worst in people. People have gotten gutsy with this man as president because he's enabled them. He's enabled them, being able to say racist things to all people. You know, and it's like, wow. Okay, but that's where we are. What are we going to do about it, as Joe Madison says? You know, I don't know if he's cheated people on as far as business. I don't know if he's done that. I know you want to talk about cheating on his wives. Well, there's that. But his businesses have, as far as doing people wrong, I've read the articles and stuff like that. But it's just the amount of fails that his businesses have taken. You know, the casinos, the Trump liquor, the Trump steaks, the Trump shirts, Trump University. I mean, and those are just things off the top of my head. A lot of things he's failed at. But then they say, you know, you don't learn from your successes, you learn from your failures. But there are exceptions to every rule, right? So there's that. So anyway, that's that. So we've given him enough energy for today, right? But let's continue to pray for those children down on the border and their families. And I'm gonna get out of here and let you get back to your evening. I so appreciate you guys hanging out with me for 15, 20 minutes and doing this. So I appreciate that so much. You guys have a fantastic evening. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, and we'll talk again hopefully tomorrow. All right, thanks. Bye.